We covered functions a little bit at GCSE, but at A-level we use them all the time. In today's video we're going to go through function notation and how we use functions. You'll be familiar with function machines. If our input is 5 and our function is +3, then the output will be 8. We can describe this function using function notation f of x. We can pick any letter, but we normally start with f and go through the alphabet as new functions come along. When we want to substitute with our function, we say f of that number. F of 5 is 8. The possible inputs from our function is called the domain, and the possible outputs is called the range. Let's go through some questions. F of x is 3x plus 2, and we need to find f of 10. So f of 10 is just 10 substituted into f of x. So we're just going to, instead of x, we're going to have 10. So 3 times 10 plus 2, which will be 32. This is quite a big question. So we're going to start with part A, which is basically asking us to complete the square. So get the equation down. Then we do half of b, which will be 5 over 2, in a brackets with the x and squared, minus half of b squared. And then we're just going to add the number terms together. Now, next, to find the roots, we set the equation to 0 and then we solve it. So we're going to get that equal to 0, add the 49 over 4 both sides, square root both sides, minus the 5 over 2 and square root the 49 over 4. 49 over 4, 49 square root would be 7, 4 square root would be 2. And then that will give us two answers, one where there's a plus and one where there's a minus. So that will be minus 6 and 1. And then for part C, we're asked to find the minimum value of g of x. So to find the minimum, we need to realise that anything squared can never go lower than 0. Therefore, we set the x plus 5 over 2 equal to 0. So look at the end of part A, get that equal to 0, and that will become 0 squared, or just 0, minus 49 over 4. So that's just going to equal minus 49 over 4. Things can get out of hand quickly. To help us with this question, we can substitute x cubed for u. So anytime you see an x cubed, we can have just a u instead. And that should make things a lot easier. We've got the minus 28x cubed, which would just be minus 28u. That's the easy bit. But x to the power of 6 is technically x cubed squared. So it would be the same as u squared. Then we just need to solve this. So we're going to factorize it and then get each bracket equal to 0 and solve. So it would be u equals 27 and u equals 1. Now we can't just stop there because the question didn't talk about u. Question's not interested in you, no offense. The question is talking about x, so we need to figure out what this is in terms of what is x. So we're going to substitute the u back in, or we're going to substitute the x cubed back into the u. So we've got x cubed equals 27 and x cubed equals 1. And then we can solve those both by cube rooting both sides and get our answers of x equals 3 and x equals minus 1. Let's finish on this question. Some quadratic graphs do not have a minimum. Write an equation of a quadratic that has no minimum. If you come up with one, write it in the comments below. And also don't forget to come to onmaths.com or click the link in the description. You can access all our A-level papers and predictions for free, and you can even save your scores with a free account. This video is part of a larger A-level course that you can follow along with at onmaths.com.